जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवराधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवराधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपिका गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So today we are seeing Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter verse number 51. Everyone have books? Okay, then just so I will recite this verse. Karma-jaṁ buddhi-yuktā hi phalaṁ tyaktvā manīṣiṇaḥ janma-bandha-vinirmuktāḥ padam gacchanti anāmayam. Karma-jaṁ buddhi-yuktā hi phalaṁ tyaktvā manīṣiṇaḥ janma-bandha-vinirmuktāḥ padam gacchanti anāmayam. Karma-jaṁ buddhi-yuktā hi phalam tyaktvā manīṣiṇaḥ janma-bandha-vinirmuktāḥ padam gacchanti anāmayam. Karma-jaṁ buddhi-yuktā hi phalam tyaktvā manīṣiṇaḥ janma-bandha-vinirmuktāḥ padam gacchanti anāmayam. Karma-jaṁ buddhi-yuktā hi phalam tyaktvā manīṣiṇaḥ janma-bandha-vinirmuktāḥ padam gacchanti anāmayam. Karma-jaṁ buddhi-yuktā hi phalam tyaktvā manīṣiṇaḥ janma-bandha-vinirmuktāḥ padam gacchanti anāmayam. karma-jaṁ buddhi-yuktā hi phalam tyaktvā manīṣiṇaḥ janma-bandha-vinirmuktāḥ padam gacchanti anāmayam. Sabdarth: karma-jaṁ, due to fruitive activities, buddhi-yuktā, being engaged in devotional service, he certainly, phalam, results, tyaktvā, giving up, manīṣiṇaḥ, great sages or devotee, janma-bandha, from the bondage of birth and death, vinirmuktāḥ, liberated, padam, position, gacchanti, they reach, anāmayam, without miseries. Translation: by thus engaging in devotional service to the Lord, great sages or devotees free themselves from the result of the work in the material world. In this way, they become free from the cycle of birth and death and attain the state beyond the miseries by going back to Godhead. Pat by Srila Prabhupada ji. The liberated living entities belongs to that place where there is no material miseries. The Bhagavatam 10.14.58 says, Samasritaye padapallava plavam mahat padam punya yaso murare bhavam buddhi vas padam param padam padam yat vipadam natesam. For one who has accepted the boat of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of the cosmic manifestation and is famous as Mukunda, or the giver of mukti. The ocean of material world is like the water contained in a calf's footprint. Padam, or the place where there is no material misery, or Vaikuntha is his goal, not the place where there is danger in every steps of the life. Owing to ignorance, one does not know that this material world is a miserable place where there are danger at every step. Out of ignorance only, less intelligent person tries to adjust to the situation by fruitive activities, thinking that the resultant action will make them happy. They do not know that no kind of material body anywhere within the universe can give life without miseries. The miseries of the life, namely birth, death, old age and disease, are present everywhere within the material world. But one who understands his real constitutional position as the eternal servitor of the Lord, and thus knows the position of personality of Godhead, engages himself in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Consequently, he becomes qualified to enter into the Vaikuntha planets, where there is neither material where there is neither material miserable life nor the influence of the time and death. To know one's constitutional position means to know also the sublime position of the Lord. One who wrongly thinks that the living entity's position and the Lord's position are the one and same level is to be understood to be in darkness, and therefore unable to engage himself in devotional service of the Lord. He becomes a Lord himself, and thus paves the way of the repetition of birth and death. But one who, understanding that his position is to serve, transfers himself to the service of the Lord, at once becomes eligible for Vaikuntha Loka. Service for the cause of the Lord is called karma-yoga or buddhi-yoga, or in plain word, devotional service to the Lord. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. So we are seeing here in verse number 51 in second chapter. Previous to this, in background we all know, in first chapter Krishna sees the army of Pandavas and Kurus and he becomes a little bit confused. He gives so many reason to Krishna, like he is not wanting to fight. He tells like if he will fight, then he will get so many sin, or he will become cause of the irreligion, spreading of the irreligion. So he tells Arjuna tells to Krishna like he is confused and he doesn't want to fight. And in this second chapter, Arjuna surrenders to the Arjuna. He tells that Sisyo aham sadhi mam prapadde, means I am your disciple and now you instruct me. And Yasreya, like what is the best thing for me, that you tell. So Krishna starts giving instruction. He tells about soul. He tells the properties of soul, like how soul is unchanging, immortal. And then later Krishna tells like to Arjuna, like you are Kshatriya, you should fight. If you fight and if you win the battle in this fight, you will get the kingdom of this earth. And in this fight, if you die or if you lose, then you will get heaven. So you should fight. And then later Krishna tells Arjuna about buddhi-yoga or niskam karma-yoga. Niskam karma-yoga is that in that people does his own occupational duty, but without attaching himself to the result of the duty. He does for the service of the Lord. And in this verse only, like today's verse is 2.51, here Prabhupada is telling what is buddhi-yoga in simple term. He tells here, service for the cause of the Lord is called karma-yoga or buddhi-yoga. Means any service if we are doing for the pleasure of Krishna, that is called karma-yoga or buddhi-yoga, or in plain words, devotional service. So normally like anything if we are doing for pleasing Krishna, that is called buddhi-yoga, karma-yoga or devotional service here. And now in today's verse and in this section, like from 2.50 to 2.53, Krishna is telling about the benefits of buddhi-yoga or niskam karma-yoga. Like if someone is engaged in buddhi-yoga or niskam karma-yoga, so what benefit he will get, that Krishna is telling. So our verse is 2.51, but this section starts from 2.50. So in this verse 2.50, Krishna tells benefits of buddhi-yoga. He tells, buddhi-yukto jahati iha ubhe sukrita duskrite. Buddhi-yukta means whoever is engaged in buddhi-yoga, he ubhay, sukrit and duskrit. Sukrit, duskrite. Sukrit means good activities, good result, and duskrit means bad result. So ubhay, both he jahati. Jahati means he becomes free from this both good and bad reactions. And here one term is there, iha, in that life only. If someone is engaged in buddhi yoga, so in this life only he will become free from sukrit and duskrit. And then Krishna more he tells, tasmat yogaya jasva. So that's why for yoga you endeavor. And yoga karmasu kausalam. And this yoga means buddhi yoga is karmasu kausalam. It is the art of work. Art of work means by doing action also, that person doesn't get the reaction, like material reaction. So here main thing is that if someone is buddhi-yuktā, so he becomes free from both bad results and good results. Sukrit duskrite jahati. Now later in 2.51 another benefits Krishna tells. He tells karma-jaṁ buddhi-yuktā phalam tyaktvā manīṣiṇaḥ janma-bandha-vinirmuktāḥ padam gacchanti anāmayam. So he is telling here manīṣiṇaḥ, who is a great sage or devotee, buddhi-yuktā, if he is engaged in buddhi yoga, so what happens? He becomes janma-bandha-vinirmuktāḥ. Like janma-bandha means cycle of birth and death. He becomes free from the cycle of birth and death. And gacchanti anāmayam padam, and he attains the anāmayam padam. Anāmayam padam means padam means here place, a place where there is no disturbance. That is Vaikuntha. In purport Prabhupada will tell, that is Vaikuntha, means he attains Vaikuntha. Further also we will go and we will come back to this verse again. So second benefit we have seen now. First benefit was First we have seen that he becomes free from good and bad result. Second, he becomes free from cycle of birth and death, and he attains Vaikuntha Loka. And in 2.52, Krishna tells he becomes yadate moho kalilam buddhir vyatitarisyati. So if someone follows buddhi yoga, dhyas, thinking oneself as a body, that is called moha. So people becomes free from moha. And tada nirvedam gantasi, and he attains nirvedam. Nirvedam means vairagya. Detachment. Vairag is this, like it's not vairag. Vairag means naturally, if material pleasure is means naturally if he feels material pleasure is not good, it's not palatable. Palatable means it's not good, so that is called vairagya. Means swatah trishna, so it's not swatah trishna, means from his nature he is distasteful toward material things, material pleasure. That is called vairagya. And in 2.53 he tells if someone is following buddhi yoga, he will get achalam buddhi samadha. He gets steady intelligence and he attains samadhi. Samadhi means that trance. His samadhi will be fixed. He will get. Now today's verse was 2.51. So we will see this. He gets two benefits. He becomes free from janma-bandha and he attains gacchanti anāmayam. In his purport, he is quoting a verse from 10th canto, 10.14.58. There about anāmayam padam. This padam Prabhupada explains, like what is that padam, how does devotee reaches that padam, does he reaches with so much difficulties or easily he attains that padam. 10.58. In this purport Prabhupada is quoting. So we will see this. You all can recite after this. Samasritaye padapallavam phalam mahat padam punya yaso murare bhavam buddhir vas padam param padam padam yad vipadam natesam. So in this verse so many padam term is coming. For different padam terms, different meaning is there. So first of all in this verse, Krishna's name is there Murari. Murari means, we know, Mura was one demon and Ari means Satru or enemy. So Krishna killed Mura demon, so that's why he calls Murari. So about Murari it is given, he have Punya Yasa. Yasa means fame. Krishna's fame is Punya Yasa, means someone if hears the Krishna's fame, he becomes purified. Like when we will get to know, okay, Krishna is controller of all material world, he is very kind, he is Bhakta Vatsala. People surrender to Krishna by hearing his gunas or yasa. So Murare Punya Yasa. And here it is given Padapallava Plavam. Pad means here charan, means feet, lotus feet, pada pallava, lotus feet. So murare pada pallava, the lotus feet of Krishna is like, for that also one adjective is there, mahat padam. Mahat padam means it is shelter of mahat. Mahat, everyone knows, na? Mahat also have different meaning. Mahat means like Mahatma, like Brahma, Shiva, and Narada. Everyone takes shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. That's why Krishna's lotus feet is called Mahat Padam. And Prabhupada in translation, he tells Mahat means here cosmic manifestation, means this whole material creation, means this material creation, Krishna is shelter of this whole material creation also. Krishna and Krishna's lotus feet both are same, it's not different. So further in like this whole material world depends on Krishna. Krishna is asraya of this material world. We all are knowing that Bhagavatam first verse, janma-bandha-vinirmuktāḥ itrata chārthe svabhigya. So in first line only, it is told about Krishna. Yatah janmadiyasya. By Krishna, only in direction of Krishna, only this world gets created and it's maintained, and at the last it gets destroyed. And later one term is there, anvayat itrata arthesu. Arthesu means whatever objects are there in this material world, Krishna is anvayat. If Krishna is shelter of that object will be in existence. Whatever things we are seeing in this world, because Krishna is shelter of that object, so that's why that object is existing in this material world. And itrata, if Krishna is not shelter of some object, that object will not manifest. Like suppose we know plant, it grows in field, and we see like some flower that grows in water, in some river or somewhere, like lotus. But we never heard about any flower or anything which is growing in sky. Like in Sanskrit term, Akash Kusma we never seen, because Krishna is not shelter of Akash Kusma. Means Krishna as a Paramatma, he have not entered in Akash Kusma. That's why the Akash Kusma means sky flower, this kind of things doesn't exist in this world. Similarly, you all might have seen that cow have horns, and you all might have seen rabbit also. But in rabbit we don't see the horns. Means Khaga Vishan we don't see, because Krishna does not enter in this kind of object. So this kind of object doesn't exist in this world. Like rabbit horns doesn't exist in this material world. So that's why this term is there, Mahat Padam, means Krishna is shelter of this whole material creation. And now one term is there, Ye Samasrita. So whoever takes shelter of lotus feet of Krishna, and here nicely it is written, not only asrita, not only taking only sarnagatis, samasrita. Samasrita means very nicely execution. Very nicely, if someone is taking shelter of Krishna, then what happens for them? Tesam, for them, bhava ambudhi vats padam. Bhava ambudhi means this whole material world. It is compare this whole material with one ocean. This ocean of material world becomes vats padam. Vats padam means like water containing by calves of hoof print. Means very small. Even child also can cross. This material world is called ocean because ocean is very difficult to cross. But if someone takes shelter of Krishna, then it becomes vats padam. It becomes very easy. Someone easily can cross this material world. And more thing about is given, like Ye Samasrita, whoever takes shelter of Lord's lotus feet, padam padam, they attains the padam padam, means Vaikuntha. See, here one term came Murare. Krishna kills the demon Mura. And after killing Mura demon gets liberation. So even if demon also comes in front of Krishna, Krishna gives them liberation. And if someone is taking shelter of lotus feet of Krishna, so Krishna gives padam padam, his highest abode. Whatever according to that devotee, whatever his desire is there, Vaikuntha or Golok, he attains that. And now again about that padam, that about Vaikuntha, it is said that padam yad na vipadam. In that material world, in that spiritual world, in that padam, in that Vaikuntha, there is no vipadam. Vipadam means there is no any disturbance is not there. And because of this word, Prabhupada further writes, in this world, padam vipadam. In this world, in every steps, miseries are there. Like in India, everyone knows, if you go in market or somewhere, we see pustakalaya. Bookstore is called pustakalaya. So if we go inside that pustakalaya, we will find books, pustak. And in India also, if you go ausadhalaya is called medical shop. So if you go in medical shop, you will find so many medicine. So similarly, for this world, Krishna also have given the name. He told this world is dukkhalayam asaswatam. This whole material creation is dukkhalayam. If anyone is here in this material world, if he is not a Suddha Bhakta, means not a pure devotee, he will get dukkha, he will get misery. And whatever objects are there in this material world, that is temporary in nature, asaswatam. Everything is transforms. So now, so in this world, everywhere misery is there for normal people. Normal people means other than pure devotees. And in Puranas and Mahabharata, one story is also there about situation of Jiva in this material world who is ignorant to the Lord. One story is there, just I will tell. Like stories like this, one person was going in forest. He was going in forest, then one elephant started chasing him. So he was running. Elephant is chasing that person. So much he is running. Then he saw one banyan tree. Banyan tree, you know, that is like, that have so many branches, so many roots. Banyan tree have roots ups and downs, so many roots are there. So he sees that banyan tree, and near to that banyan tree, one well was there, dry well, and the roots of banyan tree was going in that dry wells. Many roots were going. So he thought, okay, he will, by taking shelter of that root, he will go to inside that well. Then this elephant will not able to find him. So he does that same thing. He goes inside that well. But elephant sees that and he keeps on waiting outside. Like he will come outside, then he will just step down that. So he went inside, and that elephant was breaking the branch of that tree also. And in that tree, so many bee was there. Bee was there. Beehive was there. So bee got very much disturbed. And here he is inside down. And then when he sees he is in well, he is holding one root, and he sees down one snake is there. And bee also started biting him, and he is just holding that root, and he saw that two mouse is there, rat. One is white and one is black. He was nibbing that root, means he was just eating that root. So he understood, like after some time it will break, this root will break. But meanwhile, what happened? From that beehive, some drops of the honey started coming. And he was very much tired, just somehow he got some drops of honey. Then he thought to get more honey. His whole mind, he was seeing that, like elephant is there outside, and a snake is there down, he is trying to come, and that rat is biting, means nibbing that root also, and even that bee started biting that person also, but still he was thinking about that honey only. So this is, as I told, this is I am telling this story to show the position of the jiva who is ignorant about Lord. So here that person represent a person who is ignorant about spiritual life, and that elephant and that snake, it represent that kala, mrityu, death, and that rat was there, white color and black color rat, that is day and night. Means day and night is passing and death is waiting. and that bees was the material misery, and that honey is material pleasure. So what happens in this material world? People who is ignorant about spiritual life, he thinks about material pleasure. He knows like death will come, but his whole mind, whole focus is there on getting that material pleasure, getting that honey. And what is the reason of that? Reason is ignorance. Prabhupada writes in his purport, because of ignorance and less intelligence. They try to adjust things in this world and wanting to become happy in this world only. And root cause of ignorance is Maya. One verse is there, you all might be knowing this verse. Krishna bhuliya jiv bhog vancha kare, paase te maya tara jhapatiya dhare. So a living entity who is Krishna bhuliya, means who doesn't remember Lord, means who does not have service attitude toward Lord. So what does he does? Bhog vancha kare. He wants material pleasure. And when he wants material pleasure, pasite maya tara jhapatiya dhare. That Maya, who is near to that jiva, he catches them, and by his avidya potency, he controls that jiva by three modes of nature. Maya have so many potency: vidya potency, pradhan, and avidya. By pradhan, Maya creates this whole material world, and by vidya potency, someone becomes liberated, someone gets liberation, and by avidya potency, someone becomes ignorant. Like Maya have two avidya potencies, so that have two parts: avarnatmika and prachepatmika. By avarnatmika potency, Maya covers the Swarupa of the Lord. See, Jiva have three things, means many properties are there with Jiva, but three main properties are, it is Jnana Swarup, it is Gyatri, and Swadrik. Jnana Swarup means it have a spiritual nature, and Gyatri means he is aware of everything, means like how we are able to see things, able to hear something. We have Gyatri, we have some knowledge about many things. And soul is Swadrik also, he can perceive himself also, he can perceive his Sarupa also, own Sarupa. But because of Avarnatmika Shakti of Maya, it covers Jiva, and Jiva not able to perceive his Sarupa because of Avarnatmika Shakti. And another potency is there, Parchepatmika. Because of Parchepatmika, Jiva thinks himself as a body and a mind. What he is not, like he misunderstands himself. He thinks himself as a body or mind. So these two are the potency of Maya. Further, this potency of Maya, this avidya, is explained in Bhagavatam in little bit more elaborate, more it is explained in 3rd canto 12th chapter. There it is told, Maya, like this avidya is 5 types. Avidya, asmita, rag, dvesh, and abhinivesh. This two thing only, avarnatmika and prachepatmika shakti, is expanded in these 5 forms. Avidya, asmita, rag, dvesh, and abhinivesh. Same, because of avidya, jiva forgets his his sarupa, and because of asmita, jiva thinks himself as a body, and because of raga, whatever things gives enjoyment to his body, he becomes attached to that things, and because of dvesa, whatever things becomes obstacle in his enjoyment, he becomes adverse to that, or he becomes angry because of that. He develops hatred toward those things. And last is abhinivesh. This body, which is cause of raga and dvesa, he becomes attached to this body. Like he thinks so much about his body, and he have fear about death. Like he thinks like if body will perish, like if body will die, then he will die. Like this much avidya he gets, so much. So we have heard just now these 5 things, 5 parts of avidya: avidya, asmita, rag, dvesh, and abhinivesh. And Prabhupada ji further in this purport, he tells, other than this also one big and great misconception is there, means kind of avidya only, is that thinking own self, thinking jiva, means living entity and Lord in same level. Prabhupada tells, if someone have this misconception, like he thinks Jiva and Lord in same level, like Aham Brahmasmi, you all might have heard. Real meaning is that we are spiritual. Aham Brahmasmi means we are spiritual. But some people interpret this as a Aham Brahmasmi means I am God. So Prabhupada tells, like whoever have this kind of misconception, he never served Lord. And because he doesn't do any service to the Lord, so he remains in the cycle of birth, old age and disease. And later Prabhupada tells, if someone knows the real position of the Jiva and real position of the Lord by hearing Shastras like Gita, Bhagavatam from a bona fide person, then he develops the service attitude and he starts serving the Lord. And because of that, he becomes eligible to go back to Godhead. He attains the Vaikuntha. Hare Krishna. So, in essence, just in this verse it was there, whoever is buddhi-yuktā, whoever engaged in buddhi yoga, means whoever engaged in devotional service, he becomes free from janma-bandha, means cycle of birth, death and old age, and he gets gacchanty anāmayam padam, he attains the Vaikuntha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anyone have any question or okay? Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
You mentioned that Akash Pushpaya.
Akash.
Flowers don't grow in the sky because Krishna
is
not entered into Akash.
If Krishna is not shelter of any object, that object doesn't exist in this world. So we don't see Akash Kusma because Krishna as a Paramatma, he have not entered in this kind of object. So this kind of object doesn't exist in this world.
But Krishna is in
But he have desired now whatever he is there in everything, but if Krishna is not shelter of anything, any object, that doesn't exist. Same thing I am telling. Like.
So Krishna he hasn't designed the flowers to grow in the sky.
Yes, and he doesn't enter as a Paramatma in those kind of things, so those things doesn't exist. That in first verse of Bhagavatam in Sridhar Swami commentary this comes. Anvayat itrata, this word is there, na? There Sridhar Swami explains like this.
And Abhinivesh, what is the meaning of
Abhigyu means he is knower of everything. Prabhupada tells Anvayat itrata arthesu abhigyu. Means Krishna is knower Krishna is knower of the all objects of this material world. And Anvayat itrata means directly or indirectly. Like directly and indirectly, Krishna knows everything. Like whatever things we have thought till now and whatever things we will think in future, Krishna knows everything.
No. You said ignorance. Maya has a five.
Okay. Dvesh and Abhinivesh.
So Abhinivesh I wanted to.
Abhinivesh actually 2-3 places it is little differently explained. Abhinivesh is in one place it is explained like this. It is a state of death, and in other place it is told like it is a state of like if someone becomes so much angry and kind of unconscious. So that is also there. And one meaning of Abhinivesh is so much he is thoughtful about that body, like he is fearful of death. So that is also like explained in Abhinivesh. Okay, Hari Hari.